You guys, I just killed the biggest, like, we have bigger ones here. I'm in Northern California, and we've got like some that are like the size of, small tarantulas. Or I guess that's normal. I don't know, normal size tarantulas. But I just killed this fuzzy spider. It was on my kid's slide, my son's slide, and he mentioned that there was a spider on there, and I thought it was something little, and then all of a sudden this like huge spider was crawling on there, and we screamed and we threw rocks at it, and finally we smashed it. But yeah, it was probably the size of my thumb, and it was really fuzzy. But that's not what this channel is about. This channel is about reselling, and if you're new here, my name is Tiffany. I am a multi-platform reseller on apps like Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Kidizen. I also sell on Facebook and a couple of the consignment ones, and then I do some local stuff too. If you like reseller content, please consider subscribing to my channel. It really helps a lot. And if you like videos like this, please hit the like button. Today's video is going to be a Q&A of hiring a virtual assistant. I got a comment on one of my prior videos about how much does it cost. I've gotten a lot of inquiries from family and friends that are resellers about it. So I decided to put up a poll, or like ask questions on my Instagram, and I got about 8 questions to answer. So I thought I would do a little Q&A. I can always do a part 2 if there's questions that I don't answer today. Feel free to put them in the comments down below, and I will answer them to my best ability. Alright, so let's get into it. I'm sorry if there's any background noises. I am currently in my kitchen, that's why it looks different. This is my dining area, and we have the door open. It is 90 degrees today, and it is April. We live in Northern California where it gets very hot very fast. We are known for having 110, 115 normal day, summer days. We've gotten up to 120. It's intense. That's why we have AC, right? So the first question that was asked is, what program do I use to hire a virtual assistant? And I just want to preface that I took a course from elducho thrift. It's Denali. I will put a little link or just her info down in the description below. It was like 40 or 50 bucks. It took me 4 or 5 hours one night to get through, and it was awesome. It's broken up but like by chapters and stuff, so you can go back and reference it. You have access forever to it after, and yeah, it was really, really helpful. But yeah, it was fairly cheap. It was great. It like demystified the whole process, which I overthink things a lot, and so that was really helpful. And I'm hoping that this video helps you if you're overthinking it and you're feeling intimidated by the process. I hope it helps with that. But yes, so first question was program used to hire a virtual assistant. I use Upwork. I know you could also use Fiverr, or however you say that. I really like Upwork. They like handle everything for you. It's protected. We message through there. They take a photo of her working when she clocks in and then clocks out every like 5 minutes or 30 seconds or something. I don't know. It's quite frequently, so you can see what they're doing. And yeah, it's just great. Like if they mess up or something, or they do something illegal, they get kicked off the site. So they're not going to want to do that, right? Especially if you're looking at their profile and you see that they're working like 10 jobs at the moment, or, which is good, like that's pretty normal, or like 5 jobs or something. They're not going to want to just throw it away on a couple $100, right? And I'll go more into this stuff as I go down. There's some different questions. How do you train them? I used Screencastify, I think is what the app's called. I spent like 40 or 50 bucks for a year membership, but I did that knowing that I would use it for some YouTube videos, for school. I've used it a few times for school. And yeah, it's great because I think there's a couple free ones, but you have to do your video under 5 minutes. And I didn't want to do that. Like, I don't want to break it up into, I don't know, have like 8 or 9 videos instead of just 2. I filmed 2 like 15-minute videos, one on how to make a Poshmark listing, and I literally just went through it, like from start to finish, from logging in to uploading the photo, and just kind of like talked my way through it. If you ever want to see those videos, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll post it, I don't know, for a YouTube video. I don't know if anybody would be interested in that, but just like to demystify it. It's not fancy at all. You can hear my son in the background, just like these videos. I think I stopped a few times. You can pause it, which is really nice. And then I also did a video on cross-listing on Vendu. Do you give them your password, was the third question. I do. I give her my password to Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, Kitizen, she doesn't really go on there, and to Vendu. And I'm not worried about it because of their reputation, right? I looked at the reviews and everything. And because if you want to change, like, they can't get my bank info, like it doesn't show it, and if they wanted to change it to their bank info, they'd have to like confirm it through email or my phone, and so I would be notified right away. You know, if they got around that somehow, the worst thing that would happen is they might take a couple $100, because I'm in there quite frequently, and then they get kicked off the site, which why would they want to do that if they have multiple jobs going, you know what I mean? So the fourth question was, how do you pay them, and like what are the costs associated? So I pay her hourly. I think there's like a flat fee to Upwork of like $4 or something, because there's been some weeks where I don't have any work for her and she doesn't work either. Like when what is it called, the tsunami hit the Philippines, because she's in the Philippines. There was a couple weeks where we didn't have any work, and it was just like $4 or something like that. I think it's like $4.12 or something. But I paid her $8 an hour, and you can give bonuses, you can give raises, evaluations. I feel very comfortable with $8 an hour because since I'm new to this and don't have a lot of time to, like, you know, hold somebody's hand and like walk them through it, like if I would have somebody cheaper hours or something, I feel fine with $8 an hour. There's been weeks where I spend $80 that week. That's like been my highest, and that's when I'm getting it. That's when I'm like giving her batches every day, every other day. And then there's been weeks where I go weeks without nothing, like sending her anything. And that's why it's nice that they have multiple jobs. I do give her a task of cross-listing, so if she really wants hours, she can go into Vendu and she can cross-list. There's always stuff in there to cross-list. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. It was a little choppy of an answer. You can hire somebody. So let me preface this. So the hourly wage is going to be reflective of where they're located, right? Because the cost of goods or the cost of living varies, and then our dollar, you know, varies with how much it's worth. So there was a couple really nice ladies that wanted the position that were in Pakistan or Iraq, I'm not sure. This was like a year ago. They were like $3 an hour, which I probably would have went with them, but I And then there's some that are like $15 an hour, $20 an hour, like if you're hiring here in the States. Like we have different, you know, hourly rates, different cost of living. But I went with my Philippines girl. I don't want to say her name just for privacy reasons for her. But I went with her because I vibed with her really well. And I think English was her first language. And she had some similar experiences. She didn't have experience being a Poshmark virtual assistant, but she had similar experiences, and she was really competent in like Excel and all this different stuff. So I just felt more comfortable doing that, just because I'm a full-time mom and a full-time student, and like if she needs help with something, I just don't have the time to help with that. And so that's why I went that route. If you have the time to help somebody with that, which is great because then you're helping build their skills, then that's awesome. But yeah, you can go on to Upwork right now and you could like cruise around and check it out. It's a really user-friendly site to use. Oh. And I just kind of answered this question. How did you pick the VA? So many choices. I vibed with her. If I hadn't have vibed with her, I probably would have went with my second and third choice, which was the ladies in Iraq or Pakistan. But I vibed with her. We were similar ages, similar like generation, you know. And I liked her resume. I liked her skills. I felt very confident when I was talking to her. She had never done Poshmark before, but she was hungry to learn. You could tell, like, she had initiative to learn. So I paid for her training time. I paid for her to watch the videos I made. I also paid for her to watch the ones that Vendu. Vendu has some really good, like, tutorial videos on their site. So I did that, and I even told her if she wanted to go to YouTube and watch some on Poshmark, she could do that too. And yeah, she caught on so quick. She's great. I hope that we work together for years to come. So somebody commented that it just feels really overwhelming and scary, and I get that. I felt the same way, and I kept dragging my feet on it, and I didn't want to do it until I bought that little course from elducho, thrift, from Denali, and that inspired me and made me feel really brave, like I could do it. And as soon as I started doing it, I realized, okay, this is not as scary as it seems. It's pretty easy. Have I had any issues with my VA was the next one. I haven't. I just have noticed where there was like gaps in my training that I was giving her. I noticed that I hadn't talked about like the hashtags, like the 3 different tags you get on Poshmark, and so then that was just something I addressed later. But that's about it. She caught on very quickly, and I really tried to make sure that my tutorial videos were really thorough, and then also giving her other resources outside of myself, because maybe I didn't see those gaps, you know? So she was great. One thing we have ran into is that Mercari doesn't work in the Philippines. Maybe it doesn't work internationally. And I called Mercari, reached out to them, and that's nothing we can really get around. So she can't cross-list onto Mercari through Vendu because you have to be able to like connect it or something. I don't know. Like I'm able to do it here, but we're not able to do it there. She was going to look into different IP addresses, and it just hasn't been working out. So I'm doing the Mercari stuff, which is not a big deal, and we're just patiently waiting. She does do eBay. I did have to call eBay a couple times just to let them know that I wanted her on there, if that makes sense. Another question was, did it really cut down on time, and is it worth it? This is something I weighed a lot in my brain too. Like, am I going to see a return on it that's worth it right away? So am I going to have to wait a while. Is this an investment thing? And then I have to wait a while to see my return. And like, I wrote this down. So is me listing it, my time and pay, just going to be even? Like, the extra money I'm making, is that just what's paying her? Like, is it not really going to be worth it? And that's not the case at all. You immediately see a return. And it's a good return. It's worth your time. It's worth paying somebody. And it's more than what I was making when I was just doing it myself. 2 to 3 times more than when I was just doing it myself. Because I'm like a hybrid Poshmark reseller. Sometimes I'm full-time, sometimes I'm part-time, depending on classes and being a mom. So I saw it immediately. I sent her my listing. She makes drafts for me, and then that next morning, usually, because our clock is different hours, she's usually doing it while I'm sleeping. I wake up and I just start pushing listings live, and I went from a couple sales today to 5, 6, 7 sales a day when I'm actually actively doing it. So I've seen a big increase. This is not something I would normally share, but I wish that I could find this information somewhere. So that pending balance, I don't know if anybody else has a pending balance goal. That pending balance goal is really important to me. And it used to be, before getting a VA, it used to be just $100 to $200 pending balance. And usually when I hit the $50, $200, I would just, deposit just to keep it flowing. But it was very part-time. Now that I have a VA, my pending balance is $500. And if I was actually doing this full-time, I'm sure it'd be a lot higher, but I always have $500 minimum pending in there, and that's because of my VA. I'd be really curious to hear. I've been looking, I remember Nicole State mentioned what she had in there once, but I was looking around, what do other people have as their pending balance, and do they have it as a goal? I don't know, I'm sure if I was doing this full time, it'd be way different, but I feel pretty good about where I started and where I've come. So, I don't know. Let's see. All right, last question. How often do you send her stuff? So I've kind of touched on this one a little bit too. I like to send her 2 batches a week. That's what I shoot for. Realistically, sometimes, I haven't sent her anything in a week, just because I've been so busy and I've just been trying to do other stuff. There's been times around the holidays where I've gone at 2 weeks, and then there's times where I'm sending her stuff every day. I'm sending her a batch of 20 items, or every other day with a batch of 30 items, So it really, really varies, and she's okay with it because she has 8 or 9 different jobs going on, and she gets to make her own schedule, and she gets to prioritize stuff. She also has that thing where she can cross-list if she wants more hours. So, yeah. One thing I feel I need to mention too is I've had her for about a year now at $8 an hour, and I went and I looked on her profile and noticed she has other jobs that are $9 an hour. I do give her, I looked up some of her local holidays, and I do give her a bonus every so often, $20, $40. During the tsunami, I gave her a bonus, just because I want her to feel appreciated and know that she's I really appreciate her. She makes my life so much easier. But I think that it's time to give her a raise I think that's something to really consider and, be aware of, just because you want to have a happy employee or independent contractor or whatever she falls under. I think it's independent contractor. But I want her to be happy and feel fulfilled, and I want her to, over time prioritize. She does. She always prioritizes And she always gets my stuff done within like a day or, a day and a half. But I don't know, that's something really important that I need to do soon. So I hope that this was informational. I hope that this was helpful. Let me know again if you have any questions that I didn't cover down in the comments. I will try to answer them to my best ability, and then I will also try to answer them in a new video, because not everybody else is going to be reading the comments. So let me know. And I have some videos planned for the rest of the week, so I'm going to be filming them right after. So keep your eye out for, I have a haul. My neighbor dropped off some stuff. There's some cute stuff in there, so I'm going to do a little haul of that. I'm also going to be doing a ship with me. That's like my go-to, right? But I'm going to be showing you the cutoffs I made in that ship with me. It took me a really long time to do the laundry, but those are finally done. They look really cute. I'm excited to list them, and so I'll be showing those to you. It'll probably be Monday's video. And yeah, I just have a couple other little chatty ones that are coming up. I do everything on here. I also organize for my business and my day-to-day on my tablet, so I'm going to be doing a little video on how I do that too. So thank you guys again. I'll see you on Friday. All right, bye.